protect,
and defend this Constitution.
Rights and freedoms are the cornerstone of any democratic nation. The threads that weave order, justice and liberty into the fabric of statehood.
Tumevunja ile ilikuwa inaitwa special sijui nini ya police ambayo ilikuwa inaua wa Kenya kiholela.
There shall never be again extrajudicial killings or political assassinations.
A promise that to many Kenyans would later ring hollow. For young people who took to the streets to defend their constitutional right to peacefully picket and demonstrate, the promise quickly gave way to a harsh reality. Instead of protection, they were met with punitive orders from the president and his interior minister.
Mtu kama huyo apigwe risasi miguu, aende hospitali, akienda kotini.
Hiyo kauli kulingana na mimi inaleta uadui baina yangu mimi na askari.
The anti-finance bill protest of June 2024, fueled by the Gen Z, which many termed as the deadliest street protest in the country's history, put fundamental freedoms to the test, including the right to speak, to assemble, to protest, and even the space in which the media operates.
2024-2025 protest showed that the president does not accept criticism.
A number of journalists from Standard Media Group and Nation were actually assaulted directly, their cameras stolen.
Enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings paint a bleak picture of a country where dissent is suppressed and rights seem increasingly negotiable.
A number of protesters walikuwa charged na anti-terrorism laws. You cannot equate protests to terrorism activities.
Police are operating with impunity, killing without accountability, and Kenyans are left, without anyone to defend them.
For many, this is the new normal under the Kenya Kwanza administration.
Kwa serikali mimi sina faida, sababu ningekuwa na faida kwa serikali nafanya, wangekuwa tangu watoto wetu wakufe. At least tungekuwa tumeona au polisi wangekuwa wamefuatiliwa.
Walio tutendea yale maovu wako hapa nje na hawajakamatwa.
Majukumu ya institution kama vile IPOA iko pale, tumeripoti visa vingi sana, lakini hatuoni natija yoyote. Inachukua muda mrefu, mwisho unaambiwa hakuna enough evidence, zinapotea. IPOA iko na kazi kubwa.
Human rights defenders argue that the state's persistent use of force, disregard of court orders, lack of accountability, and the suffocation of media and civic space cast doubt on any promise to uphold the constitution.
Institution kama vile judiciary lazima wafanye kazi vizuri. Hao watu lazima wawe accountable. Hao watu lazima wafikishwe mahakamani. It doesn't matter unachukua position gani. Nobody is above the law.
When you are sued in a criminal court, the legal battles are very expensive. So you find the protesters, the civil society leaders, and even media find it difficult to start questioning the excesses of the government.
3 years into President Ruto's tenure, Kenyans are questioning. Has the government safeguarded the freedoms it pledged to defend, or has it systematically choked them through intimidation and silence?
But if this compensation is merely compensation without an apology, compensation without reforms, compensation without justice, then it will be seen as a way to buy out these victims.
But haimaanishi ya kwamba tukishapewa fidia ina maana tunyamaze ama tumalize hii maneno. Bado tunataka serikali iwajibike bado kuja kwetu na kutuonesha imetupatia haki gani pia.
With compensation for protest victims told in court, the dream for a breathing space for rights and freedoms remains distant. 3 years later, the nation is grappling to strike a balance between state power and a promise of liberty enshrined in the Constitution.